Welcome to TTVNEWS. Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 working days, the online national conference to popularize the resolution adopted at the 13th National Party Congress was wrapped up on March 28th. Secretary of the Party Central Committee and head of the Party Central Propaganda and Training Commission Tran presided over and delivered his closing speech.
Presiding at the main press point of the Ninh province, there were Mr. Thanh Tâm, member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Chairman Provincial People's Council, and Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Permanent Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee. Speech at the closing ceremony, the Secretary Party Central Committee Tran proposed the Provincial Party Committee, City Party Committees and the Party Committees directly under the central authorities continue to firmly grasp the direction of the standing member of Party Central Committee Secretariat at the opening sections, firmly grasp the important viewpoints, pages and the core content of the documents popularized in the conference in order to deploy for the remaining course and party members to study on schedule and quality. The Party Committees at all levels and party organizations also urgently develop action plans and plans to implement the resolution of the 13th National Party Conference, ensuring feasibility, efficiencies, and in accordance with the active conditions of localities and units, strengthening the inspection and supervision of the learning and implementation of the resolution. The presidency needs to widely communicate with the core contents of the resolutions, reject distorted allegations, and promote patriotic emulation movements to successfully implement the resolution of the Party Congress at all levels.
At the 5th meeting of the Ninh Provincial Election Commission, Mr. Thanh Ngọc, Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee and head of the Ninh Provincial Election Commission, directed the People's Committee and Election Commissions at all levels to promptly and objectively settle complaints and denunciations related to the election. The units must focus on grasping the situation in their respective localities and handling them according to the provisions of the election law. Accordingly, the election boards only deal with technical complaints, denunciations, and petitions related to the announcement and posting of the official list of candidates for the election of deputies to the People's Council in the constituency. In case citizens disagree with the settlement of the election board, the Election Commission at their respective level must handle it on the basis of the content of the complaint or denunciation. Last weekend, the delegation led by Deputy Minister of Health Đỗ Xuân Tuyên, Deputy Head of the National Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control, had a working session on quarantine, vaccination, and epidemic prevention and control in the Ninh province.
According to the report of the Department of Health, there has been 32 concentrated isolation areas, including 30 isolated medical centers and 2 isolation hotels with a capacity of 3,550 people in the Ninh province. And due to the international blockade and long border line, the number of people entering the Ninh is very large, with a peak of more than 1,000 people per day. The province has developed a 5-level plan, and medical facilities has been strictly abided by the regulations of safety and epidemic prevention and control. The Ninh Provincial General Hospital also conducted the first COVID-19 vaccination with about 250 doses, following the guidance of the Ministry of Health, with no cases observed anaphylaxis. Concluding the meeting, Deputy Minister of Health Đỗ Xuân Tuyên emphasized that the Ninh should strengthen control in public and non-public health facilities and build an alert network at pharmacies. The province also needs to have a plan in case of deploying fields of hospital to synchronize operation between tones and tone-free isolation areas and ensure anti-epidemic safety in quarantine areas, especially time group isolation. For vaccination work, the Department of Health needs to follow the plan of Provincial People's Committee directly to District Health Center to set up first aid teams and provide training for employees to strengthen the next vaccinations. At the working section, Deputy Minister of Health Đỗ Xuân Tuyên also requested relevant ministry and agencies, especially Ho Chi Minh City Pasteur Institute, to be ready to assist the Ninh province in anti-epidemic activities and ensure vaccination safety in the next time.
Moving on to other news, the Earth Hour 2021 campaign has officially taken place in many countries around the world, including Vietnam. The young people of the Ninh province have also contributed to effectively spread this year's message, speak up for nature in various ways. Young people in Tay Ninh province responded to this year's Earth Hour through practical actions such as mobilizing children to draw pictures for the environment, for the nature. On-site boards and advertising boards were completely turned off, and the lighting systems inside supermarkets have also been cut by 50%. One of the activities that young people have done quite a lot is to change their avatar on social networks into logos or environmental protection messages of the Earth Hour campaign.
And ladies and gentlemen, one of the resolutions adopted at the 20th section of the 9th People Council of the province is the resolution approving the urban classification schemes and proposing the Prime Minister to recognize Tay Ninh City as a grade number 2 city directly under the province government. This news has brought excitement to the people of Tay Ninh City. With investment efforts, Tay Ninh City so far has basically achieved the criteria for grade 2 city. Tay Ninh City, with more than 139 square kilometers and 7 wards and 3 communes, and by the end of 2019, the city has a total population of nearly 260,000 people, and the average economic growth for the 3 years of 2017 to 2019 is about 6.55%. In 2019, along the city, poverty rate is only 0.41%. The average population growth rate is about 1.86%. Per capita income reached about 98.2 million Vietnam dong and 1.5 times higher than that of the whole country. The city's economic structure is stepping towards increasing the proportion of industry, construction, and services. The rate of solid and semi-solid houses is nearly 98%. The city has 11 commercial and service facilities at urban level, and most of the schools and education facilities come up to standard with all functional rooms. All residents of the city have access to the hygienic water, and currently, the project to upgrade the water supply system to about 30,000 cubic meters per day is going to be invested.
The audience, with the goal of building and developing sports of Tay Ninh province to become one of the strong sports centers of the Southeast region and the whole country, contributing to improving the health, stature, habitats, and enriching the cultural, spiritual life, healthy lifestyle of the people. In the 2021-2025 period, Tay Ninh province will focus on promoting the development of high-performance sports. 30 years ago, on January 29, 1991, the Council of Ministers issued the decision number 25 on choosing March 27th as Vietnam Sports Day. The Vietnam Sports Day is an annual event to attract people from all strata of society to participate in the movement of physical training and healthy cultural and sport activities. For years, the high-performance sports in Tay Ninh province have made remarkable progress, with many international and national medals in strong sports won by Tay Ninh athletes. In 2020 alone, through the professional competitions, athletes of Tay Ninh province won 32 gold medals, 35 silver medals, and 94 bronze ones. The number of young and gifted athletes in Tay Ninh province now reaches over 200 people, with 58 national-level athletes. Looking towards professional tournaments, athletes have never stopped practicing over the years. In the 2021 and 2025 period, Tay Ninh province is developing and training a team of recruited young gifted athletes and satellite classes, reaching between 1,200 and 1,400 people, of which there are about 200 to 250 national-level athletes and 25 to 30 athletes. During this period, the province will focus on developing strong sports and give priority to developing 2 groups of trail sports, including traditional martial arts, football, tennis, athletics, and swimming, etc., concentrating on development-oriented sports and some events in the entertainment sports.
In the plans and programs that we have advised the Provincial People's Committee, there are 3 groups of sports that are oriented for development in the coming time. Our sector will base on the actual situation to expand the appropriate groups of sports. However, Tay Ninh only develops martial arts, football, athletics, swimming, which are traditional locals so far, in order to promote them better.
With close attention and specific development strategy, it's hoped that the sports of Tay Ninh province, especially high-performance sports, will create breakthroughs and marks in the period from now to 2025 and the following years. That's all for today TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.